Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Tonight we are going to be talking about the finale, season 2 of Force, episode 10, and that is called Power, Powder, Respect. Okay. Name of the theme song. I think that's the name of the theme song. Anyway, yes, we're gonna be talking about our scratching my head moments, going over a few other moments, favorite moments, least favorite moments. You know how we do on Sunday, so let's get into it. Let me get my girl in here. Are you ready? Okay, my girl, pretty girl, love trap content. Hi. How are you?
Good. We are here. It kind of went by kind of fast, right?
Yeah, it sure did.
It did.
So, huh?
I think it did go by. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it did. It seems like we just started with the first episode and now we're here. So
I know.
But I'm chewing gum, which I normally do not come on live chewing gum, but I was in Dollar Tree and I saw some Airheads gum. And I was like, I like Airheads, so let me see how it tastes. I don't know why I did that, but I'm gonna wind up spitting it out soon, guys. Don't worry. Because it was like a raspberry something, and then I got a watermelon kind. I'm sure I'm gonna wind up giving it to my kids, but anyway, it's pretty juicy for now. I gotta get my
You gotta get your money's worth. It's a
get
dollar.
the juice out. Yeah. Get all that juice out. Okay. Talk to me about this episode. What did you like? Give me the rating first, and then tell me like how you thought about it overall. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. My rating, I would say, I'm gonna just round it up to an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I was teetering between 7 and 8. There was a scene or two that kind of just, I don't know. We need to add like a WTF moment because I'm like, what? I didn't know it was a couple scenes, but I'm like, I don't know what category to put this in. But I think it was pretty decent. Did not love the ending, but I did not mind the fact that they left so many unanswered questions for the next season. But it was decent. It was decent. I was entertained. I didn't hate it. I would have changed a few things if I'm no writer. That's you. That's what you do. You be over there.
You never know.
But it was pretty cool for a finale.
Okay, good. All right. Well, for me, I was I actually didn't have no rants. I had went live right after, and I can't, girl. I was on there for almost 2 hours. I couldn't believe it. I said I'm not supposed to be on here this long, but remember I told you if something happened to Claudia, that was a given.
Yeah.
But as you guys can see, we're 3 minutes in. So let's talk about real quick. Let's talk about Claudia. What's on the thumbnail? It says Claudia ain't dead. And I'm stamping that right now. And this is coming from the chick that wants her dead. Okay? I want her dead. But do you believe that? Do you believe, if you're like me, do you believe that your dreams came true? Speak on it, pretty girl. Do you believe your dreams came true or what?
I want to believe in magic. You always have a friend wearing big red shoes. No. I want to so bad, but the fact that they just gave us 2 raggedy little, stabs in the back, I'm like, what is this? Is this what Tommy paid for?
Right.
Tommy, I hope you didn't put too much money on that girl commissary because
because child, when I watch the Shankins and other stuff, it'd be like yes. And I'm not trying to be all explicit, guys. I'm sorry. I even feel weird about doing that, but that's what I see. It's a multiple and it's fast because you don't have a lot of time.
Exactly.
It look like they just say and a lot of times that's not gonna do it.
No major arteries was touched. What happened to the good old throat? What happened to the good old, something?
Oh Lord,
come on! What is the percentage rate?
We're just talking about a show. I know, but man, that's what I'm saying. And then she's sitting there like, oh,
yeah, like she enjoyed it.
She's going down, and that's it. Girl, she gonna be in the infirmary. Season 3, we're gonna see her in the infirmary. They're gonna bring her up. They automatically assume and talking about, oh, she's dead. No, she's not. No, she's not. Deborah Ammons, Ammons or Ammons, he said he wants her to suffer. But even if he wanted her to suffer, remember, right after that, what is her name? The other chick, what is her name? Shanti said, what else do you need me for? Why do we gotta continue this fake beef if it was all for Claudia? She's dead. He ain't corrected. So as far as I'm concerned, he thinks she's dead. But I don't know. I gave props to, how they wrapped everything up. I gave props to the writers, how they wrapped everything up for this, the season finale, because it's kind of just, they left a lot of things open and, just so you can come back. You can't say that they don't want nobody coming back. I mean, ain't nobody trying to come back. We want to know. We need answers. So I will give it an 8.5 because of the, how it had everything. And also how, seeing Claudia in a jumpsuit, that was amazing. Come on now.
Why did she age 3 decades in 2 days? I'm like, oh, Claudia, you out here looking bad in these streets.
But that's how that's that makeup, baby.
Yep, and that's
makeup helping folks or something. Shoot, I don't know. What's up, Mike Conley? Claudia might be paralyzed, AG says. Yes, indeed. And I don't mind. We don't need that story though. Again, like what somebody was making fun during my other live saying that she's gonna be the female Rojas. We don't need that either. She's not even a powerful person for her to get into that type of position. I don't know. Thank you for the $5 super chat, DeMarcus. He said, "Why didn't Claudia call Elise when she got roped up by the feds? Because Elise would have called Claudia a lawyer for her." Yeah, I don't know either. That's a scratching my head moment because I was wondering that too. Like, why she didn't call Elise?
In my head, I'm like, this is probably not her first call, or what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how long she been. I know she ain't been here for no weeks or anything, but what I'm saying, I had to justify it and say this may not have been her first call. But I'm like, why are you talking like this on a jail phone? But
the game ain't made. She's not made for the game.
No,
she's not made for the game. You know why? Because as they was taking out, what's his name, Bobby? She was like, she was running her mouth too much already, talking about how can we work this out? We've got all these cops on my family's payroll. Exactly. You're not supposed to tell nobody that.
Dummy.
The heck? You're supposed to try to finesse that thing, see how but you know why? She doesn't know how to do it because that wasn't her line of work.
Sure was.
So I'm sorry, I cannot give this chick any kind of props. She's just one of those kind of people that want things because you know how when people think it looks good when somebody else does it, they think that because somebody else makes it look easy, they feel like I should be doing it too, or I could do it too.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're not talented enough for this. You're not. This is not your gift. It's not your area. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not your calling. Okay. So go sit down. And it's always the ones that really shouldn't be involved that be trying to get involved. And she just keeps showing that this is not for her.
Exactly. I hated that scene with the first part of the scene with her and Elise in Daddy's office, talking about he gave me, made sure, I pretty much, the one for, had everything I needed, but he didn't give me the thing that I wanted. I'm like, girl, because you wanted some foolishness.
Yeah.
You had a penthouse, a G-Wagon, sure, you had your black card, but you was over there you wanted to actually work hard for.
Right. And that's the thing. You got somebody that's already taken all the risk while you getting all the reward.
Exactly.
And it's like, you make no sense, and I guess at the end of the day, what she really probably wanted was power.
Yeah.
That's a problem with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sure you guys share this video. Huh? A big ego, I know. What's up, Jay Keen? All right. So I guess I'm not sure. Sent it out to other folks. Maybe they're not coming. No problem. let's move on. So I think we're gonna do scratching my head moments last because I got a few of them. I got like 1, 2, 3. I got a few of them, guys. So
Same.
let's get into our favorite moments. Okay. So, pretty girl, what was your favorite moment?
There's a couple moments, but I'm like, there's one. I don't know if it's a favorite or not. It was kind of, I don't know, but I'm gonna just go with the safe one first.
Okay.
The beginnings scene with Diamond and Tommy. Tommy admitting that he was wrong and that he effed up in regards to Vic. Like, I definitely love to see Tommy eating a little crow because he
Yeah.
always got an answer for anything, a plan. And the fact that he really had to admit that he was wrong, I was appreciative.
Yeah, me too. I remember when we were talking about that last week, and I was like, do you even think that Tommy is going to say anything because you think he's going to just feel too stupid? And we were like, you basically were saying that, well, he has to say it, of course, especially if they're looking for the person, the snitch, he has to say it, but of course that was the last thing he wanted to tell somebody.
Exactly.
Right. And I was loving that too. Like, I feel like in my members recap, I gave him props. Like, and by him I mean Diamond, he was giving it to Tommy this episode. He gave it to him in the beginning of the episode and he gave it to him at the end. Like, this is the new Diamond now, honey. Like, bro, you didn't do this on your own. And you need to stop doing stuff without letting me know. Like, you want me to get all excited about your plans, but I don't even know what you're doing. And 1 minute we got you telling me about one plan, then you just jump out the window with something else. Like, what are you doing?
Yes.
So I'm glad that Diamond was kind of giving it to him a little bit. Like, we're not.
I need
doing this. Yeah.
We said it's not all about you. Mm-hmm. Pump your brakes. I help you. You'll be dead if it wasn't for me vouching.
Exactly.
Like, yes, Diamond.
Letting it strange.
I needed to hear.
Huh?
That's the Easter speech I needed to hear.
Yeah. Of course, I hate to say this. I hate to sound grim, but my favorite moment was Claudia getting served. Come on now. It wasn't even the shanking action. It was the just in jail. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
That part with her getting shanked up, don't get me wrong, I was screaming. I had to close the door. I had to close the door because my son hadn't watched it yet. And I'm just like, I'm going to make sure I don't say anything. I'm like, yeah. I was in here screaming like as if it was, you know how you have the Super Bowl party and somebody do a touchdown and they all hollering. That's what I was doing. Yeah. So that was my favorite. I can't think of anything else that was my favorite, but I do like the way Vic was playing his hand in this episode. What I mean by that is he made sure that before he gets out of here, he thought he's going to be going through Whitsick. He made sure that he stuck it to Claudia before he got up out of there.
Yeah.
And then he gave that last little nudge. Like, he got her to record, he recorded, he got her to admit the situation with with his sister's plans of the conspiracy to commit him and to, get him out of there as well. And then when they was driving on the way, to the meetup, so-called, right? But Tommy wasn't taking him there anyway. He told Tommy, he said, you were right. It was Claudia that deleted Liliana. And so I was like, I actually like this little game plan going on.
Yeah.
Because he knows that Tommy wanted to get rid of Claudia so bad. So it's like, okay, I got my sister locked up. I mean, I got her, I'm about to get her locked up. He didn't know she got locked up yet. But maybe in his mind, he's thinking when she does finally get locked up, that's the best way to get her. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the move in the car, it was also self-serving in terms of trying to save his own ass. And because he was, definitely was like, I need to change this around. Stacey over here on my hip, Tommy looking suspect. Let me give him a little something that he wants. And of course, giving him his final answer, with Claudia. But it was cute. I wasn't mad at that. I was so happy when I saw he recorded that conversation.
Yeah. So I was like, yes, boy, do what you gotta do. I mean, yeah, you definitely felt like he was trying to switched gears a little bit on the thing, but it's still like a little. Oh,
Yeah.
let me stick it to my sister one more time.
Yeah, he was multitasking.
Yeah, sometimes you got to do it. Reggie M, what's up? Says it was Claudia ain't dead, but it was good to see her get shanked. Yep. I ain't mad at it at all. Okay. Oh, let me just take this gum out because like I'm just really want to chew it. Like I can't.
I wish if I could have gotten like 30 more seconds of Claudia suffering. I would have loved to see her like in Cell Block D with Big Bertha with some sticky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like really just, suffering a little more, because we already talked about it last week. We want her to be humbled.
Right.
I just want to see a little more of the humbling, like get her, somebody taking her cornbread at the lunch table. You know what I'm saying? Like a little extra,
Of course. And then the chick, when she did it, she said fancy B. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna like you, Claudia, because look how she talks to people already. Like she don't talk to people with respect. She talks to people like they're beneath her. She's not gonna have a good time. If the writers make her turn that thing around, that's not realistic to me. Because that's all we've seen with Claudia is that she's, like this high sensitivity person who just feels like the world owes her everything. You know what I mean? And she talks to people like that. Just like she's on the phone in jail, nothing to do. You have no more cards to play, girl. But this is how she does. Every time she don't got no cards to play, she acts like she does, right? And she's over there telling freaking Shanti, answer me.
Yeah.
How you gonna make me answer you if I don't want to answer you? If I want to hang up this phone on you right now, I could. So what are you talking about? Answer you? Who you think you talking to? But I like the fact that Shanti was like, you better watch how you talk to me, Claudia. Seems like I'm the last hope you got, girl.
Oh Lord, the entitlement.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that looked like some. Is that water? It looks like it's so refreshing.
Oh yes, it is water.
Oh my gosh, I should have brought me some water. Anywho, so let's talk about our least favorite moments. First of all, let me see what some other people got. Because I see that somebody where is that? Somebody was saying, I had some people saying what their favorite parts were. My favorite part was when D-Mac was on his rant inside the house and he imitated his dad's voice. The imitation of his dad's voice I thought was kind of funny.
Yeah.
What's up, Tina? All right, so let's talk about your least favorite moments.
Let me drink a little bit of water because I might get a little hot again.
I need to go get me a water.
When Mr. Radio Voice Midnight Love himself had the audacity to try to kick Tommy out of him and Kate's life. And
my goodness.
I was so upset. Like, JP, are you serious right now? And I kind of broke down like everything that Tommy has done for JP. Like within 24 hours of knowing Tommy, he called Tommy when his raggedy son was, vandalizing his bar. Tommy asked him how much was he in debt. Tommy was giving him bread endlessly, gave him a job.
Run it on down, girl.
Run it. He done gave this man a job, borrowed money from Diamond to get him a new bar. Matter of fact, the bar he's never at. So who over there paying the light bill? Who taking care of grandma's house? It ain't you. You ain't never at work. You over there cleaning after your mama, Kate. And by Kate, by the way, let me just tell Kate, who's been, furnishing your lifestyle. I ain't never see you punching and out. I know stripping don't have no 401k plan. Like, stop doing this. Like, they really don't care. She's putting the blame on Tommy. They had a kind of little argument. Like, what? Are you serious? Where's the accountability, ma'am? You started this up train.
That was so audacious. I was like, did she really just say that she will win the blame game? Like, lady, you make literally no sense. You're the reason why your son thinks it's okay to give you drugs.
Yes.
Because that's what he sees, that's what you love. And it's very, like I always say, it's very toxic. But that's, unfortunately, that's the way he shows his love to her, because that's what she keeps running after. So he's thinking, here, take this. Now, this time, though, no. This time when he gave it to her, I did not. I was like, oh, come on now.
Yeah, that was cringy. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, oh gosh, Tommy, really? Like, all you had to do is just get her out. Like, you didn't have to. But you know, and not to come to his defense, but maybe because that's just been their life, he was probably like, if I just need her to get out of here right now, and if I give her this, maybe she's just gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what he's used to. Maybe she'll go ghost again, you know,
Yeah,
calm her down, whatever. But I was aggravated. Like JP, and really was more JP, because I'm like, you just met this man and he's done more for you than probably anybody else has done for you. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. He had his girlfriend save your son's life. Like, what is giving Tyrese? Like, what more do you want from me? Like, I don't know what else you want from Tommy. You ruined everything you touch. I'm like, what?
And how would you know that, sir? How would you know that? I mean, look, D Mac already said, y'all don't even know me. And it's true for JP and Tommy as well. I don't really know you, and I don't know Kate either. So see, here's the thing. I'm so glad that you're honest, because as he was closing the door on Tommy and all of that, we also had Tommy with his own conversation with his mother saying, listen, you can go in and out of my life like that, but don't do that to him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. JP's not going to find that out. I mean, he might have to find that out on his own. Yeah. You know, that Tommy is not here purposely to try to hurt you. I mean, it's a good thing. Look, he really keeps y'all separate. Nobody, sorry, on my other live, I mentioned that nobody knows, thankfully, nobody knows where his family lives. Everybody knows where Tommy lives, but nobody knows his family. Hopefully.
Claudia knows, because she kidnapped JP last season when JP was at grandma's house getting some documents when D-Mac got shot. So Claudia actually
was that grandma is that where they live now, in the grandma's house? Okay. So she knows, but she's
not utilizing it. Yeah,
she ain't really nobody right now. But I'm just talking about people like Mirkovich and I mean, not Mirkovich, what's the dude from the Miguel? I'm talking about those kind of people, right? Yeah, okay. The people that that hate his guts. What's up, Savannah? So DeMarcus says that his least favorite moment was Tommy watching Kate almost die. Yeah, that was a weird moment for me, though. That was almost kind of like a little bit. It's not a scratch in my head moment, but it did have me like, Tommy, what are we doing, Tommy? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, so I was just kind of, I didn't know what was going on with that. Like, I guess he was just in a trend. I can't even speak. I don't know what that was about. I think he had to snap out of it. You know, and maybe there, you know, sometimes, you know how in a lot of in shows, and if they would have had, with certain writers, they'll show you what the person is thinking about, but they didn't let us see that. Like, they'll have, like, let's say they had all of the negative stuff, all of these moments going back, right? Flashbacks playing while Tommy's in his little trance. You see all these flashbacks of the negative things that Kate has done to him, or all the times that she probably got him caught out there, this and that. And it could be making, and then, you know, it could make us think like, oh, maybe he's feeling like this is his moment. Like, just let her go.
That's how I took it.
She's a problem. You know?
Even though it was sad, because I did see that little glory tear coming down his face. But it honestly, from Tommy's point of view, it would seem like it's sad, but it's still a sigh of relief, because it's one less person I got to worry about. Yeah. You know, I'm trying to be in love, and if she's not, it's kind of like how I equivalent how Maria feels about Miguel. It's like, I can't truly be in love and be happy in a relationship until this one person's kind of out of the way. And I think Kate already displayed, like, hey, I'm the only chick you need to be
stay. Exactly. I'm the only one who stayed.
Exactly.
What do you mean stayed? You mean the only one that didn't die?
Exactly. Like, I'm surprised she didn't mention Holly. That she could have tried saving that in her pocket.
Child, I was so happy that he rushed her the heck out of there.
Yes.
because that would have been all up on the bug. But I was saying that too, that I think that's why Tommy rushed her out as well, because we didn't really know until after, when he brought Vic into the place, we didn't know that he was aware that there was a bug in his I feel like he was aware there was a bug in his apartment, his loft. That I feel like he was aware. They didn't confirm it, but I know that by him telling, or simply just telling Vic, right? That was the way to make sure that the feds knew, right? But then also he was so quick to push Kate out, like he didn't want her to say. He really didn't want her to say anything. I mean, they did bring up the past. She brought up the past. They had a little spat about that, and then he just kind of got rid of her. So I mean, that's something that's open to interpretation, probably. Because that's one thing. Whoever is doing the writing on this, they have a lot of they write with a lot of ambiguity, and I don't like that all the time. I don't like stuff to be open to interpretation. I need you to make it clear to me. Okay, did he know there was a bug in his apartment? Because we need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But the fact that he spoke to Vic in his house made me feel like he must know, because you could have told him that anywhere.
Yeah, that goes into one of my scratching my head, so I'm gonna be quiet.
Okay. Okay. So I feel like there was more for us to talk about with the Kate and all this stuff, but whatever. It's okay. We'll get, if we get back to it, we get back to it. We don't. You know, it's like sometimes you could just get all talked out with this thing and be talking forever. Either or, you know, get talked out, talk forever, one or the other. So let me see. So my least favorite moment was D-Mac going on a little rant and being hella disrespectful to Kate, especially. Like, I don't want him to be disrespectful to JP, but JP has no backbone. He hasn't shown that, like, boy, you better watch your mouth. So I expect him to curse him out. He already yelled at him in the last episode. So that was no surprise to me. Yeah. When he was over there, shut the F up. I'm like, oh my, I'm a killer. That's what I do. I just caught a body just now. And if you keep messing with me, I'm gonna kill you too. I'm like,
my mouth was wide the F open. I'm like, yo, when he called his daddy the F word, I'm like, whoa.
He called Kate a B. I'm like, Kate has not been nothing but nice to you.
He chose violence.
Yeah. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, there's really, like, as far as what's going on with him, I don't see anything good. Like, I feel like the way I feel like his little character arc is abrupt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It's too rushed.
No progression. It went from 0 to 60. And I'm like, how? Yeah. Now I have my own, thought process on how he can get there, because I kind of explained, I don't know what live I was on, but I was explaining, D-Mac is not used to authoritative figures. You know what I'm saying? He's been on the streets, he's been on his own, his mama's whatever she is at, you know what I'm saying? So he's not used to having all these people having to keep tabs on him and, tell him what to do, give him orders. So I get the defiance, but you're right. Like, I don't understand how you just go from just 0 to 6. Like, it makes no sense. Like, I don't know. I just, like you said, I wanted a little more, maybe have a couple more scenes that just kind of show it ramping up, but I guess we ain't got time.
Because I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to mute myself because they over there, they having conversations in the back. Yeah. So yeah, that's the only, listen, that would be, I wouldn't rant about that, but that's something that's a little disappointing to me, because I did like him. I like that kid.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? And I just don't like, I feel like they're setting him up for failure and to eventually go.
Facts.
And I think they're wasting the character. Like,
what was the point of, I don't want to say us falling in love with him, but us rooting for him, he's good with math and numbers. And, I understood there's really not no room for good characters.
Right.
On this show, but I just wanted something different. But it is what it is. I guess it happens every day.
Yeah, girl, they locked in this Power universe with the garbage folks. Yeah, they locked in. Ain't no hope, girl. So ain't no hope.
Oh gosh.
Ain't
Ooh.
nobody to root for, like as far as a good heart, somebody that, man, please, because what happens with them, they get deleted. They can't last. Yeah. And
That's
so I had mentioned on that little emergency live that I thought that he was about to get, clipped as he was going on his little rant. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like how I think Mike Conley, what's up? He was there, and I had called it a rude kill, right? Like I call those rude kills, like when somebody is talking and they just get a bullet mid sentence. I'm like, so. But remember on Deep Blue Sea how Samuel L. Jackson was yelling and all that, and all of a sudden the freaking.
I don't remember that. I know the
Did
movie.
you
I watched
see
the
that?
movie, but I don't remember the actual scene
The
when he was.
daggone thing just came up out of nowhere and just boom, swallowed
I don't
him.
remember that part.
The shark. I'm like, this man done did all of this hollering just to get eaten by a shark.
But when is he not ranting? Get these snakes all the MF play.
All this playing. I know. I love Samuel L. Jackson.
Me too. He always on rant.
Yeah, I'm used to him yelling and all that. Like I just like, it's got Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, this must be good. So yeah, that was my least favorite moment. I wasn't feeling it, and I was just like, yeah, I don't really have hope for JP anymore, and I honestly don't think that I'm gonna really like him too much longer if we continue to go on like this, right? But one thing that I was feeling was like, I can see when I saw, what am I trying to say? Okay, so when Marshall and D Mac were having their little discussion, he gave him the the blicky, and I'm like, really, bro? Like, this kid deleted a cop, so then you're gonna try to talk him down, talk about if you want to be on some gangster stuff, you might not want to try to come back to CBI, but then you're gonna give him a gun. And so that was kind of confusing. Even though he did warn him, he was trying to tell him, like, why are you trying to get back in the game anyway? You know what I mean? I like that about him, about Marshall. Like, he's not really saying, yeah, man, you need to get back in here, man. He's not really trying to push that. But at the same time, it's sad because, remember, he's still a little gangster. So giving his friend a gun is probably a normal thing for him, which it's backwards though. It's backwards. Don't get me wrong, but that's their life though. So it's kind of like,
But how? I just wanted. That's like one of my scratching my head moments. Was like, how was that going to equate to calming him down?
Yeah, no, right? Because he said, "I got something for you." No, but that wasn't my point. We'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. My point was when I saw the interaction between them, I had this feeling come over me, like, you know what? I'd like to see more of this. Like, because I feel like with Force, it's more of an adult show. Like, of course, like we're watching a lot of adults and things like that. But the kid element, I'm interested in that as well.
Got it.
And so I was saying, well, they need to probably give us a little more of this. You know what I'm saying? See what they're talking about. But if you got this whole D-Mac turning crazy now, and then we're like, where are we going with this now?
Ooh, let me be quiet.
No,
I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if Marshall have to
delete?
Man, make an order or something.
Yeah. But hey, especially because he's closer to him.
Yeah, and that'll be easier per se,
Yeah.
But, easier for him. But hey, we ain't gonna go there because that's season 3. I wouldn't want that, but
I know, me too. But I mean, look. If it happens, I hope I don't like him anymore at that time. Because I already feel like if he keeps going like this, I'm not gonna like him anymore.
Yeah, I don't know how he could possibly redeem himself at this point.
Yeah, like that was too much. Like you ain't got to take it out on Kate. Like, and poor Kate, but I'm kind of tired of her. Like, she should have tried to get into a program ASAP because, baby, you cannot handle anything. Like, you can't handle any type of uncomfortable emotion in your life without having to turn to the drugs. So you should have checked in immediately right after you left your little argument with your son and he kicked you out. You should have went and told JP, listen, I'm a little upset. I'm gonna go check myself over into this thing because when I get upset, it's not healthy. Healthy things don't happen. But no, then she's gonna witness the argument between the son and the other son and the grandson. And then now, JP swiped her hand like, Kate. Like, get away from me. He didn't say that, but he might as well. Get away from me, Kate.
Yo, wait.
And now so the thing she pulls out of her pocket, like, oh my gosh. And she pulls it out of her pocket. And here we go. Like, are you kidding me?
Yo, another part that upset me. As soon as D-Mac came through the door, JP was like, what are you doing here? Tommy could have been here. No, you here. Like, what are you talking about? Tommy could have been here.
Right.
You the daddy.
Right.
Like, he has no spine.
Like,
whatsoever.
Nothing.
Oh,
and it's just like, and that's what the son was saying. Oh, he's a P, right?
Yeah.
He's like, he said, oh, it's not the right time. I'm sorry. He did a good impression. I was like, oh my God.
Oh God, that is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. But speaking of, before we get into the scratching my head moments, like, what do you think is gonna happen with JP at this point? Like, like you said, he gave up his bar, right? He kicked Tommy out of his life. His son done walked away. What do we have left for JP? I mean, are we going to show little pieces of him and Kate saying, no, you have to make amends with your brother? I could see Kate doing that. But what is JP? What is his role? Are they going to, I don't know, child.
I don't know. I said this in my live. JP, you have to get you a job for real, because who paying them hospital bills? Because Tommy would have paid them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, JP, like, I don't know what you're going to do, bro. Like, is he going to end up eating crow? I don't get it.
Right. And I think it may be possible, Thank you, Big Wolf. He said he sent check your cash app, boo. He said he
sent me one too. Thank you. I didn't want to interrupt the live, but thank you.
Oh, appreciate it. Let me see, because I got to make sure I got mine, honey, but before we move on. And I really appreciate you sending me cash app, though. I'm not going to lie, because that I get to get it all.
Yes.
You heard me? I get to get it all, and I don't have to share. Thank you so much. I don't got to share it.
Let Google.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Big Wolf Status.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Going once, going twice. This is the finale.
It's the finale. We're working. Okay. Yes, baby. Okay. So, were you saying something? What was the last thing you were saying? I'm sorry.
I was just talking about D-Mac. I mean, you was asking me about JP.
Where JP could go.
Gonna do. I know Chicago dangerous, but I don't even want to see JP in New York either. Like, I don't even know.
For real.
And I want to get to this whole timeline thing, because that
it's just too much.
It's a mess.
I mean, listen, people are creative. We could keep JP on the show and see what he does, but I just don't know. I mean, look, you might still have something with your theory that says that he's going to take a bullet for his son. You know what I'm saying? It can still happen. Just because it didn't happen this time around don't mean that it might not happen later on the line.
Yes. And I also,
later down the line. Yes.
Real quick. Sorry, chat, but I just want to give Miss K her flowers. We work together on YouTube, but you are definitely a personal friend, and with time constraints, I don't do everything I want to do on YouTube, but you encourage me to put out my theory video, and that definitely helped my numbers, and I made 1K subscribers yesterday. So I just want to thank you for encouraging me, and just really just being a fellow comrade in YouTube, and just always just having a good heart. You guys, Miss K is just such a wonderful person.
So. Thank you. Don't do that. You're gonna make me cry. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm so happy that it happened. I was like, girl, that's a good. You better go on, girl. Put that out there. True.
I was like, I was going to do a video, but I don't know. She's like, girl, do it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. But thank you again for just encouraging me, and love you. Okay, guys.
Oh, you're welcome.
Break over.
Love you too. Mwah. Yes, so I appreciate that so much. So, okay, so Mike Conley says JP dying for D-Mac will be his way of making up for all the times he failed him and show D-Mac he really did care for him. And look, I agree, but I agree with a little bit. I don't agree with that this would be him making up for it, because I feel like he tried to make up for it in certain ways, tried to even be there. The boy was living with them and all of that. He tried when he sent him away for his protection, and the little boy turned around and tried to throw it in his face like, oh, you need to fight for your son. Man, I am fighting for you. I'm trying to keep you alive with your stupid self because you went and did something that you wasn't supposed to do. So I can't totally agree with that. But what I will agree with is that in D-Mac's mind, that might be the case.
Yeah.
If my dad dies for me, then that means he really cared for me this whole time. You know what I'm saying? The most stupidest way, but
too late.
Yeah.
that would definitely be too late, but
right.
We're gonna see D-Mac and his destructive journey.
That's right. Oh god.
Which is annoying, but
what's up, One Shot? It's totally annoying. So let's move on to I want to talk about Janard real quick. Before we get into our scratching my head moment. So Janard goes to talk to King Kilo. Okay. How did you feel about that? Because we were talking about that on my live as well. And somebody was saying, I don't really think that I think Janard might be in over his head with the promising to deliver D-Mac. And that could possibly be true. And this is what I'm going to say about it real quick, is that there's something about Janard with all this planning going on and the plotting behind his brother's back. I don't think that it's to be against his brother, but at the end of the day, it's still undermining his brother, right? Because his brother doesn't know, and his brother is working with Tommy willingly. So if you're trying to go behind his back and you're trying to undo Tommy, which is your brother's partner, I think eventually it's going to wind up messing his brother up in some way, even though that's not intentional. I just feel some type of real screw up coming.
Yeah, I could see that. I can also see, because now I feel like Diamond's been very patient with Tommy, but I feel like it's coming to a close eventually. He's going to want to shoot Tommy out. I feel like Janard's going to want to break free of Shanti at some point because she's doing too much. So I feel like if Janard and Diamond really lock in and hone in to be completely transparent and honest with each other, they can devise a plan or a situation to where they can knock Shanti and Tommy out of this whole, CBI situation to get them back, to CBI to his original owners, if you will. Not saying Tommy will die because we already know.
Right. Just like that whole little thing where Nazi came and shot him up and he was sitting there like this. I'm like,
how did you feel about that?
I was like, get up. Get up.
But why? See, if it was me, the fake hypothetical drug dealer I am, murderer, psychopath, I would have came around as soon as I saw that head, I would have been like, I'm not going.
Wait. I'm trying to get what you're saying. What are you saying?
So Nasi, when he, didn't, I guess, get any feedback from Tommy, he kind of walked, towards the driver's side and kind of, like he was, freaking, a paramedic, he was kind of, remove Tommy's head from the steering wheel, but I would have just kept it there and give him the, the last, the pow. But he's over there. I'm like, that suits you. You wasn't over there doing your due diligence.
No, exactly. Like he over there I guess he was like, let me make sure he's dead and move his head. What you touching the body for?
You ain't really see no blood.
The heck is wrong with him? I was like, Tommy about to get you, boy. That was
cool. You gonna let me go?
Yeah.
I don't know why it's cheesy, but I love scenes like that. Like, yeah, go deliver this.
Yeah, right. I'll tell him myself. You could always leave it up to Tommy with one of them cheesy scenes.
Yeah, it was all the time. 90s Jean-Claude Van Damme or something.
Yeah. It was giving. I know that you don't watch Game of Thrones, but it was giving. What is that guy? Ramsey, when he told Rickon to run to your brother. Go ahead, run to your brother, and he started shooting arrows. Ooh. I'm like, oh my gosh,
painful.
Yeah, it was terrible. But some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
But we got sidetracked. You did ask me a question about Janard and King
Kilo. Yeah.
the fact that King Kilo pretty much said he's, family is kind of like priority. He's getting out soon. I do feel like Janard can make good on his promise. I feel like D-Mac gonna be out in the streets because the inn of Marshall Hotel is no vacancy. Marshall was ready for D-Mac to get the hell off.
He was like, you still crashing?
I was at work all day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
you gotta, when you gotta feel like you gotta, some chicks that be having like, just people at the house. Like, I get it because I don't like too many people in my house for a long time.
Yeah, he ain't one of them.
It was hilarious, but I don't know. I feel like Janard can make it. May not go well, but I feel like he can. I don't think it will be hard to deliver
D-Mac, right?
Unless Tommy intervenes and tries to save him, which he's not. Tommy has a 99% success rate, so I don't know. I think Janard can make do on it, but I just don't. We got to watch King Kilo because that's his blood nephew. So my understanding, So.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be something. This ain't gonna go right.
Yeah,
and the main reason why I feel like it's not gonna go right is because now this situation with King Kilo and Janard going to talk to him. This is not something that was done behind his brother's back. This is their little plan.
Yes,
right. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, just in general, right? The fact that he keeps doing stuff behind his brother's back, and I just feel like something, and not just one thing, a few things is gonna blow up in his face. And I do agree with you that Diamond is gonna get a little tired of Tommy. But I just feel like even if they bump heads, you're gonna have Janard, doing something to screw things up, and then Diamond's just gonna be on some like who the heck. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the heck do I got right now?
Because Janard, he sent the picture to Miguel without telling Diamond.
Yep.
The thing with King Kilo, Diamond is aware of. I'm trying to think of what else Janard has been. I don't know. Yeah, I do feel like he needs to be completely transparent with Diamond, but he still see Diamond, with his head in his clouds with Tommy. Mm-hmm. So it's like he's teetering, trying to filter in little messages here and there. He's trying to, spoon feed him.
So like, remember when they were in the barbershop and he was talking, he was saying, "Oh, we about to do." I feel like Diamond was saying a little too much.
Oh yeah, about the plan with him. Tommy was no.
So even though we don't know exactly, but the fact that you saw the wheels turning in Janard's head, it just makes me feel like, okay, like, so we do know that he's trying to plot with him, him and Shanti. We know that it's a Tommy takedown type of situation, but there's other things that are in the works that we don't know yet because of just by looking at his face. Any little information that he gets, he's gonna try to use it to, make moves. So I'm just a little afraid about that.
He's in a tough spot because he wants his brother to be on board. Shanti doesn't want a threesome situation. So he is trying to make two people happy with two totally different plans. So that's definitely going to go awry.
Yeah. You got to choose a side always. Yeah. That's true.
His brother.
Yeah.
But it's all on what's gonna happen to Shanti.
Right, what's gonna happen. So speaking of what's gonna happen to Shanti, it's time to, I want to say, get into the scratch in my head moments, but I think that we can just, this is not a scratch in my head moment, this is just a question. So what do you think the last thing that Tommy wanted to use Shanti for? What was the last thing? Like, I mean, that's another thing. It was a lot of unanswered questions, because remember when she was like, what do you need me for? That was for Claudia's dead now. I thought we had to not be act like I'm not in CBI anymore just for Claudia. And he's like, nah, I need you for one last thing.
Yeah, I kind of asked myself that same question, and I didn't give myself enough time to really go through what the possibilities were. Because, she executed the situation with Claudia. What else Shanti has in terms of connections? Because Merkovich, he's locked up. I don't know what else he could. It's something. Yeah, there,
what she need? I
haven't thought about it yet.
I mean, and look, the next scene after, because Jay Keene is talking about to get JJ Lambo back. Tommy don't give two craps about that guy's Lamborghini.
No.
He does not care.
No.
Like, what would he even need? Like,
That was
does
all
he
Janard.
even know? Does he even know that Mirkovich has
I don't even know.
Janard's Lambo? Why would he care?
No, because
He
he
over
probably
there asking this dude to go get Chase some freaking water like he a little slave. Why would he care about Janard getting his Lambo back?
no, because Janard, according to him, he had a classic automobile. That thing was hilarious. It was giving me Ike Turner. You done messed up a fine automobile anime. Sorry, it was hilarious. It was
no,
clean,
RD. So RD, I agree with you. I don't think it's happened yet. That
yeah.
was just something
I'm
that
trying to figure out what it
yes,
could be.
that's just something that it's to keep in mind. It's just a question that I wanted to ask. And so, kind of play with everybody's minds here, get everybody thinking, because it is something that I want to know for next season. Like, y'all better answer this question.
Unless it's another dagger he's trying to put in the Marquez cartel, because we don't know who all got arrested in the Marquez cartel. Well, I didn't pay attention enough to who was getting arrested from the cartel and not. And honestly, with Claudia being out the way, Shanti's next in line per se in terms of the deal with Claudia. So I don't know. It could be something with the either the Serbs or the Marquez cartel, because that's pretty much what she's been working on in terms of her connections on the show.
Okay, so there was somebody that he left behind, right? That didn't go to the meet, Mirkovich.
Yes, Gordo, whatever his.
So there was somebody that he left behind. So do you think that could be maybe like a little loose end situation? Because that's what Diamond was saying. He was like, why you over here trying to tie, leaving all these loose ends, like especially because he didn't delete Vic or whatever. But maybe that before that conversation, we just know that we had Mirkovich had someone that did not attend the meeting. He had them stay behind. I don't know if that had anything to do with nothing.
Yeah, he said
we'll
he
have
had
to find out.
Meeting. Yeah, I don't know if Tommy knew about who was at the meeting or not, unless Shanti told Tommy who was going to be at the meeting without us seeing it. I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody said the money bag girl. What the money bag girl?
Oh,
you mean to delete Elise? Girl.
I don't even think that was kind of an important thing to do. I don't know.
Yes, but if that was the case, no, that's get rid of her. But does Tommy know about her though? See, that's the thing. But see,
he does.
No, he does because
Shanti
of Shanti, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. Shanti, right? Because I'm like, he better know because of Shanti, right?
Yeah.
Made no sense to me either, but that's what they gave us. Yeah, they did. They sure gave us that the next scene as if that's what it was. But I was like, and maybe that's why I was thinking that in that scene when they went to get the Lambo back, I was afraid for Janard's life because I do not trust Shanti.
Yeah. Unless
he about to shoot him.
Unless Tommy's trying to just set her up to get her off the board. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't the quote unquote snitch, she's pushing back a lot on Tommy, and she's still. I mean, I feel like I don't know if he completely trusts Janard, but the fact that she's linked to Janard, I don't know. He may still have a bad taste in his mouth. I don't know. Who knows? We'll hopefully see.
It's so much, like it's so many possibilities, right? Like you just never know what is what.
No.
But let's get ready to wrap this up. Eventually Shanti will work with Tommy for real when she figures out Janard is turning on her and she sees Diamond and Janard getting closer. I wonder, because she seemed like she's very fixated on being on the top, and not working with the white boy, so to speak.
Exactly.
So I don't know. We'll see though. So let's go with your scratching my head moment, my friend.
We talked about a good bit of them. I guess the main one, I'm trying to understand the math that Tommy is trying to compute. We're trying to keep Vic on board.
Yeah.
As a snitch, even though US, Stacy done popped up on Tommy, popped up on Maria. She all up in your business, Tommy. We already know Vic has been feeding her information. Like, I just don't understand. Like, this is not the type of insider you need.
No, not at all.
You already know she's out to get you, Tommy. Like, this, it just is not on brand on what
Mm-mm.
Tommy normally does in terms of, like, you normally get a cop or, you know, something like Vic he's a CI, so I don't understand how that can work in your favor if
I
that can
don't get
actually
it.
work out.
Right. And then as he's trying, and thank you, because that's one of mine too. It wasn't one of my main ones. I think my other ones are a little they're a small scale, but this is a big one because it's kind of like, really, what do you need him for? You know, like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And Diamond was saying, what is taking Bones and Raheem so long to bury a body? Like, what's going on? He's like, it ain't a body situation he's doing. And then he's telling him, like, oh, I'm gonna have you ever had an informant inside the FBI, this and that? And then he said, man, he gonna make you. He said, that's my plan, and then I'm gonna switch it on everybody and blah blah blah. And like, what do you mean? So cause from what I was looking at, when Vic was on the phone with Stacy, and Bones and Raheem looked like they heard the conversation, looked like they was circling in on him like they was some sharks or something like that. So I don't know if his idea or whatever's going on, his little plan, is going to work. I'm not sure, because they might be they might just delete him off the strength that they feel like, he's talking to a cop or something like that, or law enforcement. I don't know.
It's confused. And then y'all allow Vic to keep his phone.
Yeah.
And have him scurry off and make God knows phone call that could possibly be tracked and get all y'all like, it didn't make no sense
Lord.
at all. Like, what? Like, and that's what we was talking about last week. Some weird behind soul ties y'all got with Gloria. You trying to spare Vic for some type of reason. You killed your daddy, but you want to keep Vic alive.
Right. Like, you not just itching to get rid of him. Come on now. How could you not?
You'd have had a whole little speech about how much you hate rats.
Right. It don't seem like it to me. It seems like you're going a little soft on me, bro.
Yes. And
so,
one more thing I just want to mention, especially the scene where they was on the rooftop, egging Vic on, like, especially for Diamond. Now we know he's a snitch. Why are you not assuming that Vic is not mic'd up? Because in theory, if he's a snitch and he is bringing intel to the feds, why you want to be heard on the recording?
Oh my gosh, that's so good. That's right. And they were saying, well, and they were like, because we're going to need you to be there, and all of this stuff. And I'm like, I guess they want, but because they were saying some incriminating, kinda, right? Yeah, they were talking about where it was enough. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know, but they were saying some stuff. Like, oh, the meetup and this and that, and we finally, what were they saying? We finally did this, and that was all thanks to you. They were saying stuff that they shouldn't have been saying, that you wouldn't want law enforcement to hear. So you're right about that. Yeah. So stupid. Well, before we get out of here, can we talk about Janard's hats? The messages on the man's hats this season. So I'm sorry, I was just trapping hat. That was cool, because in my mind, that's kind of like, you were trapping, but it's like I was tripping, right? Well, all of the stuff he was doing, because now he's finally back with CBI and all of this and whatever. I like that hat. Then I think last week we had a no bodies hat.
Yeah.
So, in a way, we didn't have no bodies except for little side characters, I mean, they trying to act like Claudia did, but
she don't count.
I mean, we got Nasi and we got Mad Dog, no good, but that's about it.
Yeah, we got a lot of,
that Maria is we didn't talk about Maria and the fact that she's in captivity from her brother. That's all that's happening. He needs her around to give the insulin. Grandma's dead. He needs somebody around. He can't just have anybody knowing that weakness of his. You know what I'm saying? He needs a sister around. And I was saying in my live that this is the perfect opportunity, because people have been theorizing that she's going to be the one to delete him, and this is perfect. If she really wants to be free of him, she's good. This is kind of like he's forcing himself on her, and to the point where he's holding her captive. Now she's gonna feel like she's backed into a corner, and she's gonna do it, I think.
Yeah, she just needs to, put a little of the rat poisoning in.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Because my thing is, because people were unsure.
Right.
People aren't sure. And I was like, the only um reason I can see him deleting her, which is a very hard call. But if he were to think in his mind, because Miguel ain't too bright, but I can see him thinking, oh, I don't know how long her and Tommy's been rocking with each other. And he could possibly think she was the traitor and feeding Tommy all this intel, thereby allowing Tommy to, so he can see her as that. I don't see him killing her, but I said that's the only justification I can, think of that will have Miguel think that she, deserves death.
Right. And then, yeah. But the thing is, too, like you said, he ain't the smartest thing. So,
yeah,
because even after his grandmother warns him about Nunez, he still had Nunez with his car. You know what I'm saying? It's like, after that, you supposed to put that dude, like, make him all the way, give him other tasks or something. You know what I'm saying?
He's so worried about everybody's so worried about Tommy.
Yeah, everybody's so worried about Tommy, including look, Big Wolf says that he wants us to talk about the latest meltdown over that Stacy, and it was just so disgusting.
I was about to ask you about that.
I have higher standards. Really?
You have
a whole cartel? Yes. Go ahead, girl. Talk about it.
No, that's my question, because it's like, why are you so invested in specifically Tommy Egan? Like, you got a cartel, you got a drug dealer. Like, what more do you want? I understand if you out to get somebody specifically and that don't work out. Ain't like you came out, empty. Right. You got something. Like, the only thing I could think of is, justice for Vargas, but I don't even think she care about that. And I think she truly knows Tommy didn't even do that one. But
and then she didn't even care about Rankin, and her husband was like Rankin wasn't just another officer or whatever. He was my friend. Like, can you please freaking acknowledge that? Like, this is where it crosses over from, okay, we screw work right now. Yeah. You're my wife. You know that this dude is my friend. You know what I'm saying? And so you're not even trying to acknowledge that right now. Like, you're just out here on some other stuff. And my thing is, her obsession with Tommy is just so strange, because if you've been in your line of work for however long you've been in it, Tommy should be really like low, as she wants to say, low-hanging fruit, right? He should be low-hanging fruit to you, because that all these gangs in this city, and the cartel and Mirkovich and all of this going on in this city before Tommy got here, and he's the one that you're like so obsessed with. It doesn't make any sense. Like,
her ego. I can see it.
She's like, where's Tommy? Where's Tommy? Like, she's seeing everybody else get arrested. Where's Tommy? Like, and the thing is like, I think you need to not worry about Tommy right now. Focus on the fact that
Say and Bobby gonna team up, and they about to be ops with Stacy. He's doing too much. So
you focus on a win here? And Rankin lost his life, so be a little grateful, because we don't want them to lose their life in vain, okay? Like, let's celebrate a little bit. You can't tell me what to be happy for. And she's over there screaming, her nose flaring. I'm like, lady.
Some Tommy and Vic made a fool out of me.
Yeah.
Like, girl, you make a fool out of yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait.
But I can't wait. They game enough to where we could be excited about season 3, because there's so many questions out there.
They did. And that's the thing. I said, I'll tip my hat off to, to the writers with that one.
It was so painful.
And the crazy thing is, during the live, I saluted them without a problem. But it's just like right now that we're talking about a whole bunch of other stuff, I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay. Because it's just it's a lot of stuff that's coming back. You know what I'm saying? It's a little trauma involved with this deck. But so my scratch in my head moment, besides the one for Tommy's plan for Vic, which is like, what the heck are we doing here? Like, Tommy, I don't know about this one. I liked Tommy's plan with the I didn't see it. I didn't see what was going on. I did, like, when I watched it again, I saw, when he was asking for, this is not a scratch in my head, I'm just talking about his plan. to set up that little fake meet. The meet was actually when he said, when he said to Shanti, I need you to find out the meetup that Claudia's doing with the Serbs and the Marquez, whatever. And when he did that, I wasn't putting it together.
Me
like,
neither.
Oh shoot. So I like how that whole thing went. Yeah, because it was just like over my head. And a lot of times when they do certain things like that, sometimes I'm like, is he gonna do what I think he's gonna do? You know, to get excited, but it just went over my head.
Yeah,
but
I was slow. I'm like, what? And then the second time I'm like, duh. Like when I watched
Me too. I was like, oh my gosh, really? But I'm glad that I missed it because it was a nice little surprise. Yeah. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Because you didn't, I didn't see what he was doing. What's up, Mr. Jacko 97 and Cinnamon South Bliss? Hey, Monique, what's up, girl? So, Stacey worrying about her career. She wants to bring down a drug pin. Hold on, let me get this before it goes up. She wants to bring down a drug pin who faked his death. And right, like it makes no sense. I don't know. She needs to leave it alone, honey. Leave it be.
And if she bring in Tight Teeth Blanca next season, I'm gonna be done. She was like, I need help because we gonna get Tommy.
Yeah, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. Is it me or did it even feel like a season finale? I didn't get the OMG. This is the season finale vibes. Yeah, some people felt like that. I don't know. I don't really feel. My son told me it didn't feel like an episode 9. When it was episode 9, he said it didn't feel like a season finale. I felt like they set up. I felt like it was a good setup for the next season.
Yeah.
When you're writing a series, you do have to make people want to come back. Yeah. And they left a lot of things open. Yeah. And to me, I think that's good.
No,
in a writer's perspective. Because if I want you to come back to some stuff, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna leave I'm gonna have you with a lot of questions, child. Well, what happened with this one? What happened with that? What?
Exactly. I'm coming back. It's giving me crack in the 80s. I'm coming back.
Yes. We gotta get it.
You want to stay corner? Okay.
Okay, so let me do it because I'm sorry. So my scratching my head moment, I have just 2 more.
Okay.
So Diamond's reaction to D-Mac. Remember how we were always talking about D-Mac? I mean, Diamond definitely has to think that D-Mac was deleted. But when he saw him, it was not like he was seeing a ghost.
Yeah.
He was just like, what are you doing here? Yeah. I'm like, what?
It was, and that was the thing. I'm like, is it more so the acting?
Oh, then that...
Because it had me second guessing, like, because to me, I'm thinking he's thinking D-Mac is deceased, or maybe he didn't want to convey to D-Mac, like, oh, I thought you were dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was trying to figure it out because I'm like, what's going on here? That's a good. Yeah, I had that too. I was a little like confused. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I was like, what the heck is going on here? Because he confused me. I'm like, all this time, I thought that you thought D-Mac was taken care of for real, mm-hmm. Dead-wise, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you see him, you talking about something. He ain't saying nothing about you coming back. So I'm like, what is happening here? Because my thing is, if somebody like, your partner tells you that they got rid of somebody, right? And you're not thinking death, wouldn't you want to know a little more? Okay, so where'd you put the little ninja? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Where he at? So I could know for sure that you did it the right way or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one on parole. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like you would think that Diamond would have been more invested in his whereabouts if he didn't think he was dead.
Yeah.
So that's a scratch in my head moment, and I kind of feel like they dropped the ball. I'm sorry. That was ball dropped. Sorry. All right. So my next scratch in my head moment was the fact that Marshall knew about, and maybe I'm nitpicking, that Marshall knew that Diamond wanted Mad Dog dead. I feel like that should have been a top tier type of, type of conversation, that it shouldn't have reached the lower guys yet. It shouldn't have reached the streets unless it was going to be put out there that it was going to be a hit. But, it was a conversation that was in the works. It was being talked about between Diamond and Janard, and it shouldn't have hit the streets yet. It shouldn't have hit the street soldiers yet. So why did Marshall know about that.
It's giving drug dealer gossip.
And but who did Janard tell? That's my thing.
You know they be having conversations around people.
No, but remember when Janard and Diamond, they had that conversation all by themselves.
Oh yeah. But I'm feeling like
so Janard
maybe it could be gossip too because everybody know he loved Leon. I don't know. I'm just it was on the tabloids, girl.
Yeah. Ain't nothing you could say.
Oh well, I ain't part of CBI. I'm gonna go ahead and do some community service. I'm
right. Yeah, don't say nothing about that. You know what I did with the cop? Because when I did that cop, I helped Tommy. But he ain't gonna give me no props for that. But what I'm about to do right now, I'm gonna help Diamond. Boy, shut your freaking mouth.
I know somebody want to sell drugs so bad.
Yes. I'm gonna help Diamond. Then Marshall's like, did you not hear anything I just said, boy?
How did it flip? How did I end up liking Marshall?
I know. And that's what I was saying. I said, am I gonna like Marshall? Because D-Mac is not cutting it right now, huh?
What you say?
Yeah.
I think he got some sense. Yeah.
I'm like, D-Mac is not cutting it right now. Like, I'm gonna have to go with Marshall / Bacardi over here. The heck is going on? Oh, Lord. But anywho, that's pretty much that, guys. I don't know if there was anything else that we needed to talk about real quick, but I think we might have talked, Yeah, we'll see what Shanti, listen, we'll see what Tommy wanted Shanti to do. Maybe we will, because here, Tommy about to go crazy. He over there screaming and stuff like that because this dude got Maria. So I don't even know if that's even gonna happen. He might not. His head is not gonna be in the game. I just kind of feel like with the whole thing with taking Maria, if she doesn't get away in like the first 3 episodes, it just makes me feel like Tommy's head is not gonna be in it, and we're gonna be watching Tommy just kind of out of it. Yeah. And I don't want to see that for the whole I don't want to see it.
But if he is distracted, kind of like how Diamond was, if the roles are reversed, and Diamond's going to be able to start making moves, and that's going to cause some drama. It'll be a mess. But for them to be so invested out of a 2-week relationship is killing.
Yeah, he sees me, and that's all that matters. But I'm like,
girl,
and I see him. But I do like Maria though. But it is a lot though for the for very short time. Sometimes that happens. I'm hearing that people don't love him here. But but they hoard. They fell hoard with it. Okay.
Oh gosh.
They don't sell hoards. Like she over there telling his mother, listen, I grew up in this life. I can handle myself, okay, Ma?
That was cute. And Kate was like, she was looking at her arm like, He saw that purse, almost had a heart attack. Like, I got competition. Like, what? Go somewhere. Find you a boyfriend. God, okay.
I know. What in the world?
Go to the bingo halls, wherever you find older, distinguished, Christian mingle or something, girl. God, go find your baby.
Make sure it's Christian mingle, child, and not no daggone snort mingle. Oh my gosh. We don't need that.
.com.
Ew,
I don't know. I know you hate that word.
I know I hate it. I'm like, oh no.
They got sugar babies, They got booger sugars.
No. My gosh.
Oh gosh.
AG says she likes Shanti's character. I want her to work with Tommy. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't get with Shanti, babe. Tommy been distracted all season, like he still didn't find that bug that's under his table. Normally he would check for that, but since Maria moves in, he been off his game with everything.
That's what I think. They have devices for that.
Yeah, but that's the other question. Like that was the thing that I felt like they
Yeah.
just kind of left that open to interpretation because he brings Vic to his apartment to talk these type of things,
Mm-hmm.
as if he knew that it probably was bugged. So I don't really know. They want us to try to figure it out. They need to stop writing like that, to be honest, because
Yeah, I'm
at some
sorry.
point it makes it look holy.
I'm not Columbo, please.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's a fine line between if you have a style where you want people to have it open to interpretation, or if you're just making whole. Like
Yeah.
sometimes there's a fine line. Like it just seems
Yeah.
holy to me. So.
And what a cute little storylines, but y'all doing that with every storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do that for everything. You know.
Yep. Exactly. HEA said, like Kate said, I'm your only girl, and JP is going to keep Kate for real. Tommy try to because they are codependent. Mm-mm-mm. Who switched cheese on the track? What you talking about? Oh my lord.
Talk about snitching, ratting.
Yeah, this is a good one. I find it crazy how everyone brings up Lakeisha's death when it comes to Tommy, but Tommy had nothing to do with her dying. That's so true.
Yeah, shout out to Tasha Green, child.
Right. Right. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. We love you so much. We're about to get out of here. Well, I'm not going to say unfortunately because I'm blessed to have a job, but I do have to go to work tomorrow after a 4-day weekend.
Oh, sorry. These weekends, you blink.
Cry.
It's Monday.
I know. I just want to cry. I want to cry. So tell us, my dear, what do you have coming on your
Yes,
channel?
yes. Well, check out my review I did this morning. Detroit Kings and I are supposed to be reviewing Rap-ish tomorrow at 8:30. On Thursday, I will be doing my Raising Canaan refresher for season 2. We're on episodes 5 and 6.
Nice.
And that's all I have for this week right now. I believe you and I may be working on something soon.
Yes.
Tell the people.
Yeah, so the next live is going to be on Tuesday when we're discussing Get Gotti. Oh my gosh. I can't wait. Like I can't freaking wait. I can't wait to talk about the tabloids, okay? Like how much fun did they have with the headlines? The whole thing when you text me the I forgot like it went
I
over
know.
my
I
head
didn't
because I
realize you
didn't
did.
see.
Yeah, I thought you did. I was like, oh, she ain't get it, but I know why. I know why.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
I was like, dang, I did a spoiler.
No, that ain't nothing. But it was just like, oh shoot. But the stuff that they were coming up with, man. I mean, it was just guys, we're gonna be talking about episode 1. And then after that, it's gonna be for 3 weeks, we're gonna go live. Okay. So it's episode 1 discussion, live discussion, episode 2, the following week, live discussion, episode 3, following week, live discussion. All right. So hopefully you'll be with us. It's on Netflix and 9:00, 9:05 Tuesday. Okay. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do from there, child, because I got to figure it out. I got to figure out what we gonna plug in for the midnight, but we'll see. But thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I really appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Take care and be blessed. Bye bye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.